The first step in making a rattling sub bass for a underground house track is going to be to have the right kick. After extensive research, I even went to a club for this. I kind of realized for these kind of bass lines, you need a short kick. Anytime you use a longer kick, it really takes away from the power of the bass sub that we're going to be making. So make sure you're using short kicks with good transients on them. For this one, I'm using the Evil Sounds Minimal Tech kick called Bananas. And it sounds like this. I'm going to initialize this patch. We're going to go with a sine. Okay. Now for the sequence here, I am using this sequencer known as Sting and sequencer. And the reason I go with it is because in order to achieve what we're going to be making today, which is probably one of the more gatekept minimal tech bass lines out there, it's the only way I've been able to get it. So we're going to have this.
Once again.
From there, I'm going to grab the sine and put it down an octave. When I'm using Sting and Ableton, this is the optimal range. We're already sounding pretty dope, right? So the key here is we're going to go mono legato on this guy, turn the portamento up in case we want to glide some notes in the future. And we're going to re-trigger it so the bass is always strong and we can control the starting point. Okay. From there, I want to saturate the crap out of this bass, which is going to make it sound newbie and you might exit out of the tutorial, but I advise you don't, because from there we are going to remove a lot of those top frequencies. I mean, some people might like that, but for the vibe we're going, we're going to use this and just cut out a lot of the top part of it like this.
Once again.
Don't be scared to push it hard. You can also go with a tape saturation. This is my favorite one. Use my envelope one to shape the bass. Like if I want it punchier, then I'm going to lower the sustain and decay down. This is the part where I would say, what's the difference between hobbyists to professional producers in a sense? Well, the moment sustain goes down and you use decay, you start making money. That's the best way to put it. Because now you get the bass to really breathe, come alive. And when people hear this at the club, the combination of the short kick and the bass, and then the master, will really just package it up nicely. And when you play it, you're not just going to hear boom, boom. Like now, and this is another gatekept thing, is we can use this dimension expander inside of Serum to make the bass sound like this. You can also opt for a reverb behind it, a very short one, to create the rumble. Fair, but it's super cool. But now, in combination with an envelope 3, we can start to add a knock to this bass. Right? The thing that makes them hard is controlling the bass and making it sound good. So I do recommend you compress afterwards. I usually like to use an EQ and the glue compressor, which EQs the signal as it comes in. And we can control this bass because it's jumping all over the place, as you can see. I would go low attack on it. Use a high release if you have to.
Once again.
And again, you play with the filter.
Once again.
Switch the pattern. You have low density, that just means lots and lots are being played. Then you have the chance to add this release. And you get more of a kind of kick. So let's just review here. If you want a sub that rattles the club, short kick, use a sub, re-trigger it from there, distort it heavily, and then cut off the high so you don't have a blobby bass. From there, start using your decay and sustain in order to shape it. Now, if you're trying to go more underground, then you can start to add the reverb and you can start to add the dimension expander. This will give you a wider bass, but like I said, this is something new that many of the young guys are doing and, again, benefiting from it. The thing here is that there's this myth that subs need to be mono, and while I still follow that myth because it always generates something that sounds good, it doesn't mean you always have to do it. Basslines could definitely be wide, unless you're pressing stuff onto vinyl. Then when you press stuff to vinyl, then you might want to mono it. But other than that, I hope this video shines some light. I hope it becomes revelations for you guys. If you like any of the sounds in here, you want to check out a minimal or deep tech pack, Solid is out over at evilsounds.com. It's the ultimate tool to make actual deep tech, and you're going to have a lot of dope sounds in there for you to use to make it. But that being said, you guys take care, and you guys have a great rest of your day.